Well, we're here on the top of Paris Mountain. Down there you'll see Altamont Road. I'm up here with my LA. The tarmac is in the shop getting ready for spring series next week. I'm wanting to record some time down the mountain. Of course, this bike is about 19 pounds. Got a compact crank on it, Shimano. So won't get a lot of acceleration out of this bike, but we're going downhill, so we shouldn't be too concerned with that. It's a beautiful day, probably about 56 degrees. You can see the sun over the mountain. And this is my brother-in-law David with his BMW. I don't know everything about it, so I'm gonna let him tell us what we're dealing with here.
This is an R1100S. Makes about 97 horsepower, weighs about 503 pounds.
So what makes it the R? Is that where the cylinders are sticking out on the sides, kind of horizontal?
Yes,
or?
That's a boxer motor with horizontally opposed cylinders.
So you say this thing probably puts out about 70,000 watts?
Something like that, yep.
And how much does it weigh again?
About 503 pounds.
So 19 pounds, 500 pounds, 70,000 watts, and on that compact I probably couldn't get but 1,000. So we'll see how they corner going down, but I have a funny feeling that this bike's going to do just fine following mine down. So big thanks to my brother-in-law David, and on the side of his helmet here you'll see it's the V-holder helmet cam, and that's what we'll be using to get the video following me down the mountain. So let's get it done.
I was going to get a rolling start before we went over the top, and there we go. I was breathing a little harder during the introduction video because we actually filmed that after this run down the mountain. Going down the Furman side, there are quite a few turns and curves. I did learn here, and you'll see it on the video, that it's best to stay to the inside of the road as much as possible. You can get up a good amount of speed, but be careful during the fall as the leaves are on the ground, because sometimes there's not a lot of traffic and the leaves will go across and you can wipe out on those leaves. But you really don't need leaves even to end up getting wiped out. You just have to get in the wrong place at the wrong time. And you'll see this is on a second run what happened as I went to the outside and got caught up in some sand and went down. That is how not to go down Altamont. And this is how to go down Altamont, as I was able to cut in. It was just very funny because we went down pretty fast on this run, less than 4 minutes to get to the bottom, and didn't even come close to crashing. Then we got behind a truck, which caused us to have to slow down, and I guess I just lost concentration, and when I was coasting, that's when I had my wreck. I know the video could be better, but when you've broken your finger, I'm not going back out there for a long time. So if I want to get video of me going down Altamont Road, it's going to have to be this one. You're going to have to wait until next year. David's motorcycle, his R1100S, handled it just great. Not a problem for him at all. Good news is I was not on my tarmac. It was in the shop getting ready for next weekend's race, and so I was on my old LA. As we were going down, we came up behind a Harley, and that slowed us down, or else I think we would have made it under 3 minutes and 30 seconds down the mountain. Again, sorry the video is not as good as I would like for it to be. Next time we do this, next year, we'll have to make sure that we take the camera and angle it up. That is one of the downsides to the V-holder helmet cam, is you have no way of knowing how you are really getting the video unless you take the camera, plug it into your laptop, view the files, then make the adjustments. So I guess I was a little lazy in setting up, which was the reason why it doesn't turn out as well. Though you do get to see some pretty nice curves. Here's one of my favorite ones coming up right now. A little rough going in, but then you just nail it. When I'm doing these turns, I basically take my right hand and push down on the bar and my left foot and push down on the pedal as I'm going into the turn, and that helps to evenly distribute the weight over the bike even when the bike is leaning, and makes for much safer cornering. And that's what I did not do as I was going into that other turn. So here's what happened in real time. Thanks for watching.
All right. Rub my finger again. Let's get me up to the top.